Hi guys, welcome to Twitter's funny channel. In this class, I'm going to teach adding the record into the database using 3 different ways and discuss about more queries on MySQL server. Because while explaining point of sale system step-by-step tutorial, there are a lot of students while doing the system getting so much doubt regarding the MySQL syntax and inserting the record into the database. There are a lot of problems they faced and they comment me. So that kind of a purpose I am going to make this tutorial. Okay guys, let me moving to our tutorial. If you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please subscribe my channel. Let's move into our tutorial. Okay, now here first SAM, I open the SAM tool server. This is called a SAM server. Here this stuff I already explained my previous tutorial, how to download the SAM server. Here after that, once you download it, go to the here browser and type. After install it, you must start the services first. Apache server you have to start. After that, MySQL service you must start these 2 services. This is the important stuff. Okay, after you started, go to the browser and address bar, you type localhost and press enter key on your keyboard. You can get the nice dashboard over there like this. Here click on the my admin. Here you can get this kind of interface look like this. Here you can you will be able to create the databases. Okay, if you want to create the database, here click here new. Here you can enter the name which you going to create the database. Okay, here I am going to create the database name as eGate, something like that. It is based on the institute. Okay, this is a sample database I am going to create, eGate. Here click create. Now your database has been created successfully. Here you can notice that here eGate will be here. Select on this database. After create the database, you must after created your database successfully, after you have to create the tables. Here how many tables you need. Here I am going to create only 4 fields. One is a ID, another one is a name, another is a course. There are 3 fields I am going to create. One is a name and ID, name and course. Okay, so here I select as 3. Okay, if you want more tables, here if you press the arrow key top here, if you press 1, it is increasing the row of the column. If it is click below here, it is reduce the column of the table. Okay, here let's name the table as records. Okay, here click go. Here what I am going to do is, here I am going to first I am going to type the ID. Here int, always ID should be int, 11 should be the length. Okay, this is a professional way to give the length as a 11. Here you have to select as a primary key. Go here if you want auto increment. I am going to give the option as auto increment. The ID will be always auto increment and it should be primary key. Primary key mean it's unique identification, so that I set as here primary key. After that, name, here it should be 215 characters. After that, course, this should be varchar, this should be varchar. Here this is the professional length I entered. That's enough. you don't need to do any stuff here. Only ID or only you have to do the remaining thing on this index and auto increment part. In this stuff you don't need to do anything else. Here another stuff you leave it as blank. Here click save. Okay, now you successfully created the database as well as a table. Now what I did is I downloaded another one which is a SQL Yoke. You can simply go to the Google and Google search, you can type SQL Yoke. Okay, let's connect the internet first. Here, this is the website which you can download the SQL Yoke software. Here you will able to download the software SQL Yoke. This is the GUI application for MySQL server. Okay, here if you click on this one, this is the web one. This is the GUI application. Here you simply click connected, it's automatically connected like this. Now here this one will be the GUI part. Here what I am going to do is here select on your database which you create on the web server. This one will be eGet. This is the table which you created the records. This one will be the table here. Now what I am going to do is I am going to insert the record into the database using the query. Okay, for how to insert the record into the database is, first step is you must write the query. Here first select the database first. Here what I am going to do is here I am going to write the query. Here I am going to insert the record into the database. Insert it to mean this is the query. When you are inserting the record into the database, this is the simple query you have to write. Insert into, you have to call the table name which you are going to insert the record. This is the table name you are going to put the record. So you have to write the name properly, because name is very important stuff while you are inserting the record. If you leave any error, it won't insert the record into the database. Okay, records. Okay, please type carefully while you typing this name. Okay, after that values. What is the meaning of value is what are the value you are going to put into this record. So you have to tell them the value. First one will be, here you have 3 fields are there. There are 3 columns are there in this table. Here you have to put 3 values. Here 3 1. First one will be double quotation. Single quotation. Here you write like this: single quotation, comma, single quotation, comma, again single quotation. Now empty records are there. Here notice that ID will be auto increment. Here it will be auto. You no need to add the ID because it's automatically generated 1 2 3 4. Okay, always. So you no need to give this one. See this one always empty here. This one you should add the record. So name will be, I am going to add John. Course will be, I am going to add web design. Now here after added, here you just highlight this one, and here if you click execute the query, if you press this button, you can press this button. Either you can press F9 key, shortcut key on your keyboard. Okay, if you press this one, here the query will be successfully, no errors. Now here if you refresh the table, here John will be added successfully. This how here automatically the ID will be generated 1. This how you can add the record into the database. This query working like this. This is how working the query like this. Again I am going to add another record here. Let's change as here and let's change the course as Java, something like that. Again you can run, and if you refresh you can get the record here. This one will be the auto increment 2 will be added successfully. These are the 2 records. You can pass the data here, it will be added here. Okay, I hope you are understood so far. Now the same thing I am going to add into my coding. Okay, so let me open the C# form. New project, Windows 4. Here you can give the location you want. Here click OK. Okay, this is the empty form appearing the first time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create two fields. One is a name, another one is a course. I don't have to create the ID field because it is a auto increment, so I don't need to create that one. So what I'm going to do is here I need 2 labels. And 2 text boxes I need. Here I'm going to change the name as, let's change the name as name. You have to give the exactly name of the column. Okay, that will be the must. Okay, that is identification. So okay, you have to give the same name there. Okay, the course, another one will be the course. Now let's change the name as the text box control also. Let's change the name as the text box control. This one will be the txt name. This one will be txt course. So after that I need one button. Drag on your form like this. Now what I'm going to do is let's change the name. Okay, save. Let's change the name as save. Here let's change the name of the form is insert 1. This is the first thing I am going to teach, insert 1. This is a simple way I am going to explain the first time. Okay, I will explain 3 different ways to insert the record into the database. Okay, double click on this here. Okay, here when you run this form, see when the user enter the record here, something like this, click OK. This data will be go and store in this database table, which is a record table. Here name will be go name, course will be go course. Okay, let me do the task how to do this one. So I want to link both C# form and SQL server as the MySQL server. Okay, so let's do this, the code, same code here. First double click on this form here, go here. First you have to add the let me add the reference of the MySQL server. I will explain in my previous tutorials how to add the reference to MySQL reference to C# forms. If you didn't watch those videos, you go and watch and come. Okay, that's easy stuff. You must download the reference of there. This is the reference, you must add it on the C# document. Then only you can write the namespaces here using MySQL data.sql client. Okay, after that what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the connection. I'm going to connect MySQL server and C# form. This MySQL server and C# form I have to connect it. Here you have to first write the namespace. Namespace is containing so much classes. The classes you can write like this. Now you can able to write the class MySQL connection. If you are not called the namespaces, you can't write the class at the below here like this. Okay, here con equal new MySQL connection. Within the bracket you have to write here, within the double quotation you have to write server equal localhost, because it is always it's localhost. The server will be localhost. Here it will be localhost. After that, database equal to what's the database you are going to connect. You have to tell the name of the database. eget will be the database name, then username and password. Username will be always root, password will be blank. You just colon mark. Okay, this is the stuff you have to write the connection, make the connection to connect with both C# form and MySQL server database. After that you can write the insert query easily. Here you made the connection successfully. Now what I am going to do is here I am going to I am going to create two variables, which is a string variables, string name comma course, because name and course both are string values. It's called as string values. There are no numbers. Here I am going to equal into these relevant variables. So what is the name of these text boxes? Text box name. What is the name of this one? Text course. So here notice that name equal txt name. After that course equal txt course dot txt. I forgot to put above txt text. So what's the meaning of this is, when the user come and enter the record on the text box, this is called as text box name, this called as txt course. Okay, so when the user write something else on these text boxes, if you write the txt name text boxes, that this record will be passed into the which variable, which is a name. It's all on the variable name. This data will be passed into the variable which is a course. Now it's assigned to course, this data assigned to name, variable name. Okay, keep in your mind. After that you assign successfully. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the record into the database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the query. So string query, this is the variable query variable, data type will be string, equal into, I'm going to write the query. Here simple step, I already written the query here. How to insert the record into the database? So simply you can copy like this, copy here, paste within the double quotation mark, insert into records values. You can't write the value like this. This is, you are just giving the value. Here instead of this value you can pass into this variable. So how to pass this variable is, here single quotation, double quotation, double quotation, single quotation. This is the way you have to pass the value. In our GUI, we only pass the value, only double quotation, single quotation we use. Here, when you are passing the C#.NET, you have to write like this: single quotation, double quotation, double quotation, single quotation. Within the quotations mark, you have to write the pass the variable name. Within the plus sign, you have to write the plus sign also. You have to pass the variable name, which is a name. This one, this variable. When you pass the record, when you write something else into the text box name, it's passing to the variable name. When the user enter something else into the txt course, it's passing to the variable which is a course. Okay. After that, comma, single quotation, double quotation, double quotation, single quotation. Here you have to put two plus sign. Here you can pass the course. These two stuff is more important stuff. Okay, you have to try like this. Okay, here write like this. At the end the statement, put the colon mark to end the statement. This is the statement end. Okay, I hope you are understood so far. It's very easy stuff. I didn't put the name ID field here. We no need to put here because ID will be always auto increment, so I no need to put here. After that, what I'm going to do is here query. After that, I'm going to create the SQL command, MySQL command cmd equal new MySQL command. What this query does is it check both the connection and query, if both are correct or not. It check both. First I'm going to check this one, after that this one check. Okay, query comma connection. First it check the query if there are any errors, and after if there is no error, then make the connection are successfully, because the in this database, inside this table is there eGet database. Inside the eGet database there will be the table which is a records, so that we have to check this one as well. Okay, now if it is all are correct, what I'm going to do is here I'm going to open the connection. Connection is open, this connection is open. Then you have to pass the message here, message dot show equal record error. After that, close the connection. Here open, here cmd dot execute non-code. This is the operation. Here all are these two are success. When you call this one cmd dot execute non-query, mean this both are available in, put into the cmd, the query and connection. If both are correct, we will be execute the non-query, mean it is inserting the record into the database. This function will be does. Okay, let me test it if it is right or not. Okay, course will be something, maybe click on this. Here one error will be there, that is meaning of this. Okay, let me test that. Our MySQL test it. Here it successfully error. What the meaning of this is, here this what the error will be here is, here let's run the program in C. Once we enter the record and press here you can get the error message here, column does not match the value count. That meaning of here we have two columns I put here, two columns, one is name and course. Okay, so here if you look at the database column, there will be actually three columns. So this C# doesn't aware about three columns are there. So what I'm going to do is here, there are three columns available in database table. Here we mention only two tables. Okay, so auto increment part we didn't mention here. So auto increment part you can leave two double quotation mark as we did in the MySQL query part here, like this. You can provide like this. It's automatically, it's the C# query will be understand. This will be the auto increment part if you like the query like this. Okay, now you can execute the record. Name Kamal, record C#, press click OK. Here recorded successfully. Now you are go to the back to your database. Here if you refresh the database table, here you can successfully data will be added into the database table. It will be the auto increment part will be added successfully. This how you write the simple query in your data in your C# and MySQL here. Otherwise, if you write the query more easily, again you just remove this variable and you have to write like this. This also you have to straightly call this field name here, directly put what the if you enter the text box name, you can code simply like this, txt, instead of creating the variables. But it is not an efficient stuff to do the programming, but I will tell you all the stuff. You can write like this. You can, it will be work properly. What are you give the record on the text box name and text scores, it will be go and put into this database table name here. If you write like this, name course of the VB, if you click OK, it will be also successfully added the record into the database. Here if you go here, GUI, if you select the refresh the one, you can here, this will be possible, but this is not an efficient way to write in the program. But if you create the variable and put the variable and equal into the text box which is equal into the variable and call here, that is very efficient way to write the program like this. Okay, this is the one step I told you how to insert the record into the database. I will in my next video tutorial I will teach you what how to add the record into the database, step 2. Okay, these are the very important part of the database connectivity record adding part is. Please study properly. Thank you for watching. If you like my channel, please subscribe me.